Alright, it's November 14th, about 6 in the morning now, and just headed to Arizona. I left Nebraska at 4 o'clock yesterday morning, made a pit stop at Cafaru, and now I'm in Gallup, New Mexico. Stayed the night, going down with the Arizona Ground Pounders, more kind of on a semi-guided basis. We're good friends. I filmed with them a couple of times, and they told me to put in for this tag, and nobody thought that I would actually draw. I had 1 point, and I had about a 17% chance of drawing with 1 point, and I drew it. So none of us thought that that was going to happen, but now that it has, we're going to really try to take advantage of it. And I'm basically going down by myself, but those guys are going to be able to kind of point me in the right direction, hunt with me for a few days hopefully, and then they're going to have to go take care of their clients and scout for their late season rifle elk tags. But super good guys, and just really gracious that they're helping me out. Going to get my stuff ready and head out. Alright, 12:30 in the afternoon, first day, 16th of November, and we found probably 5 or 6 bulls this morning, 1 shooter. Actually, we found another big 6, but he's broke on his left side after his third, which really sucks because he's a really big 6 point. But this one we have bedded underneath the tree. Good front end, decent top end. Beams look good. We're just trying to look at his thirds, but it looks like a solid bull for this unit, so he's a long way away. Not going to do anything today, but we're just going to watch him the rest of the day, go try to find another really big, like 340 5x6, and maybe this evening just see if we can find him. If we can't, we'll come back and maybe actually backpack in tomorrow and then try to get him killed in the next couple days. So that's what's going on. He's big, dude. Yeah. Alright, it's the 17th of November. Last night we came in and found a bull that the guys had found like before October, and we picked him up about 4 o'clock. Too late to do anything, so it's now the next morning. Took Waylon about 30 seconds to find him, and now he's just kind of feeding in some trees under some bluffs right where we saw him yesterday. So the wind's supposed to switch at about 9, and got a pretty decent gorge to cross. So we're just going to try to bed him up and then go make my move. It'll take me a little while to get over there, but it should be cool. Waylon's going to stay here looking at the glass, and yeah, pretty exciting. Alright, almost down to the bottom. It's been not good. So you can see those cliffs behind me. Couldn't come down off those, so I came off this face, and it's been going good, but it's like nasty brush. So I just stopped and took some layers off and restrapped my bow to my back in a little bit better way, and I think I can come right down off here, hit the bottom, and try to find a way up and pick my way up, but no way in hell am I coming freaking back this way. No. Alright, I made it. Walking down the creek bed now. I will not be going back that way. Oh, Jesus. I'll get through this jungle, and then I think I should be able to start going up. Went to grab my release. Case came walking through there. And he came walking through there and didn't stop. He'd been taking 2 steps and feeding all day. That time he took 4. I could only see his ass. Kept going south, so I got above him. Again, paralleled him. I was just waiting. He was in a bad spot. And so I was just sitting up there waiting. And Waylon and I both agreed, for safety reasons, getting off of this damn thing, I was going to leave at 4 o'clock no matter what. I was just kind of ready in case he came back. And I looked back up, and there's just antler tips. It looks like the frame of a bull. Couldn't tell if he was looking at me or away from me. Looked in the rangefinder, tried to range him. He didn't even look like elk antlers. It's just super thick in there. And he stared at me. Well, I don't know, stared at me. I couldn't see his face at all. Looked my direction for like 30 seconds. Then he wheeled, went across the south opening, and tried to parallel him. He still didn't. There's no way he could have smelled me unless it like swirled. And went up over the top. So I went out and got on a little point out here, like ran out there, and he's already on the north face of the next thing over, so he ran. He couldn't have seen me, like really seen me. He might have saw a little movement. No way in hell he could have winded me. So that's the way it goes. Now I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. My lips are chapped. And I have hell of an afternoon left to get off of here. 19th of November is 4th day of the hunt, and I'm just up glassing. A lot of awesome looking country. The thing about these late season hunts is you're finding these bulls on the north facing slopes, where it's kind of always in the shade this late season, and which is okay about 20 minutes before the sun comes up, and then as soon as the sun hits the horizon, there's like, you can hardly see into the shadows at all, especially with anything higher powered. Morning, day 5, and I've seen 12 bulls this morning. One kind of heavier 5-point. He's got a little 6 knob on his left side, but I got lost coming in here, which is not surprising. Not lost, just a little sidetracked. I went a little too far in that direction and actually saw a little 4-point bull or 5-point bull or whatever, but came back and made it out here on these rocks and just glassing. It's just really kind of brushy country. You just try to stay on the ridge tops and pick your way through it and not get on like a north facing side hill where it's all over your head, like I did coming out the other night. Found a bull, threw the spotting scope on him, and shoot her. Nice bull, good thirds. I mean, he's a height, so probably doable too. So cool. Just gonna sit here and get video of him. Morning of day 6. It's Wednesday morning. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. And found a bull last night in a little bit different area. Looked on Google Earth last night, and he's not in my unit. He's across the creek. I didn't think I could see that far, but I can, so that kind of blows. So came back up here and drove my truck all the way in here this morning to look for that big bull. And it took me all of about 2 minutes, and I found him in the same area. A little bit different spot than he was in before, but I mean, within 200 yards of it. And he's just feeding. I mean, he's 800 yards from me right now, and it's still really discouraging because he still feels extremely unattainable. Because to get to him, I have to go back across that big canyon that I did the other day. Took me 3 hours to get over there and 3.5 hours to get back. And so 7.5 hours total of hiking this thing. And I mean, it's like 2.5 miles. It's just, you don't realize, unless you've been here, you don't realize like the brush. It's really steep. You have bluffs and cliffs and stuff you got to work around. Plus, you've got the brush to fight you, so it really sucks. You have, everywhere you go, there's things that suck. Kicking it old school with the pocket rocket. This has to be so good for you. Alright, he's up. 2:30 in the afternoon. I watched him walk in there at about 8:30 or 8:45. And yeah, it's 2:19 and he's just up. He's gonna get tomorrow off because it's Thanksgiving, and the guys that are helping me are gonna go spend Thanksgiving with their family, and I'm gonna do the same. I have some family that's not too far from here, and I'm gonna go hang out with them for the day and then come back, and we're gonna go after him Friday. It's probably gonna be the last shot that we're gonna get with him. I'm gonna get down out of here and I'll catch up with you guys on Friday. We found him. He must have went down to water because he's pretty low, but on Saturday we waited for him to kind of bed up and for everything to switch, but as we learned on Saturday, we don't really have time to do that, so I'm gonna load all my stuff up now and start heading down to the bottom, and then just kind of coordinate in from there. Alright, I went way down, dropped into the bottom, walked all the way up the bottom, and now I'm just on the very point of the ridge that he's on. He's on this side. I'm coming up this ridge, coming up behind him, hopefully. We might be done before. Drop my pack right here. Freaking might be cliffed out. I can't get up the bottom. It's the only place I can get up, and now I'm underneath cliff, so I'm gonna go through this little crack and see if I can make it through. Okay. I'm gonna try to go back down to the bottom and go up the creek a little bit more and come up, but it's not looking good. It's 11:30. I've been hiking for 5 hours. Dropped into the canyon one spot, started going up, got completely cliffed out, had to go back down, back up, finally found that razorback. I just barely made it up on top. I'm getting low on water, but I'm close to him. Wind's okay. Guys, I just killed him. I cannot believe it. You guys, I almost quit like 3 times coming up here today. I kept getting cliffed out and was just like, this just isn't meant to be. It took me 6 hours to get around and into position. It came out 45 yards and angle was compensated for 32 yards. Came out, I couldn't draw and get set up over the rock to shoot him, and he turned around and came back in the brush, and I thought he was gone. Then he came back up in another spot, and I thought, it's now or never. And I drew, and I stood up and stepped behind a rock, and he didn't see me, and I settled my pin, level, shot, got him. He didn't go very far at all. There's blood everywhere. And now we're in the jungle. I'm going to yank the guts out real quick, head back, and then we'll come in with some people to help me pack them out. And I just can't thank Waylon and Steele and Cash enough from the Ground Pounders for helping me out. I filmed with them a couple times. I'm not a client of theirs. They're helping me out, and I really appreciate it. This is crazy. So, let the work begin, eh? Alright, on my way back across. The bull's up there somewhere. I came down, went up the creek, stepped in like a bog, got up to my knees in water. Now I'm just trying to come up. I think this is better than the last time I came up, but just gotta be real with you. Like, it's easy to get overwhelmed and like a little freaked out or whatever right now, but like there's only one way I'm getting out of this thing, and that's with my own 2 feet. So you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other. You'll eventually get there. Oh God.
That extra momentum, you know? Little goat trails back way up. You got it?
Alright, that's a wrap for Arizona. I'm headed home. I left at 3 o'clock this morning, and I got the elk all loaded up in the back and headed home, making the 16-hour jaunt home. It's about almost 7, so I've been on the road for about 4 hours. So slowly but surely I'll keep chipping away, but this was just like, I don't know, this hunt couldn't have ended any better. This is one of those tags that I drew it, and I know, you know, just based on like where these bulls live late season, like it's post-rut, they're super tired, they're gonna go to where they feel safe, which is in like usually a nasty canyon hole in some crazy brush, just like this bull is in, and it's super hard. It's just tough. Late archery elk. It's just a really tough deal, and you know, I came down here and didn't expect to get an elk, but I think that's pretty realistic thing you got to keep in mind on these hunts is like you got to pour it in and give it hell, but you're gonna have to be okay with, you know, you're gonna have to be okay with walking away without an elk. Really, no matter what size you want, but especially like for me on this hunt, I wanted a bull over 300 inches, and I was okay with going home without an elk and walking away from a lot of elk that were under 300. Like I wanted a mature, solid bull, and I can't thank the Ground Pounders enough, the Arizona Ground Pounders, for helping me out, because they didn't have to help me out, and they did. I drug Waylon out of away from his family the day after Thanksgiving so he could go up and spot for me, and Steele came as well, and you know, watched me work in on that bull and shoot him, and then the next day helped me pack him out on Steele's birthday, going into that hellhole and helping me pack him out, and they definitely didn't have to help me do that. So just like forever in debt to those guys for helping me out, because I literally couldn't have done it without him. Yeah, it's been a hell of a year.